It is your boy JoezMcFly, man. Make sure you guys click the like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys follow Eddie Mata on all of his platforms. Awesome, funny guy, and you're going to enjoy all of his content.
So here we have it, the man of the hour, the most diehard, passionate Yankee fan I know. I thought I was a diehard Yankee fan, but I think someone beat me. Please welcome the legendary JoezMcFly. How's that, Joe? I mean, I don't know how to say your name. I mean, you got different pronunciations, right? Talk to me about that.
Well, JoezMcFly, but I mean, I just created different personas for each one that people pronounce it differently. I'm like happy that people are even wanting to pronounce anything, but you already know. What's good? Eddie's the Eddie Mata Show. Eddie Mata Show. Eddie Mata Show. Hey.
Listen, first of all, thank you for coming on my show. I created a relationship with you through Twitter or Facebook. I think it was Twitter, like 2 years ago. I invited you to a Yankee game last year. You know, we had to wear our masks and shit. And,
with the mask.
And then, you know me, I get gangster seats. So I said, I like to invite people that love baseball. So, Joe, I invited you.
Yes.
Because I love you. You're a great guy.
Appreciate it.
So, before we talk about the Yankees, I just want to talk about how did this start, Joe? What made you say, you know what, I'm going to make YouTube videos and I'm going to go crazy?
It started in 2017. It was a friend of my friend and podcast co-host of Pinstripe podcast, Chris McFly, actually. He actually told me, he's like, yo, Joe, you should start a Yankees blog, like a blog like you write after, about your thoughts of every game. You're a good writer, Joe, and I am. But then he goes, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do that, bro. I feel like I'm going to be doing like I don't know. I don't feel like I'm going to be passionate enough about that to do that. So I'm like, maybe I'll do a vlog and I'll just like record myself talking about the Yankee game. And it started from there. And I watch that first video on my YouTube channel all the time because it teaches me how much I've grown and how much I've changed. And I'm still willing to change and grow because I think, Eddie, you probably know this even for you, in your career, or in any career, really. If you're not growing and changing, you're kind of like withering away and dying, right? I'm always looking to grow and change and do different things. And I'm not afraid to just try stuff, right? That's my thing. So it was good.
But that's what I like about you. You try all these different patterns. Like you keep trying. And then finally it clicked, right? So I feel like what clicked with you was you do this Twitch broadcasting stuff right here. You see the picture up there?
Was that a Ranger game and a Yankee game?
Yeah, but I appreciate you loving hockey too now. But I'm just saying, how did the Twitch thing start? Like you said, you know what, let me just broadcast?
All right. So I was doing my live reactions. In 2017, I had the Chapman reaction and stuff or whatever, and
this one
that
right
was
here,
viral.
Right? Is that the Devers right there?
Yeah, that's a funny reaction. And then the playoffs was lit, and then we ended up going through there. And then 2018, I was doing kind of like the same thing. In 2019, I started doing live streams on YouTube, and it wasn't that many people on there,
right?
And then it was just like, all right, whatever. And then 2020, we had the pandemic year where all you could do is just watch on TV. So I streamed basically all of the games, and I decided to do it on Twitch. So I went from YouTube to Twitch to grow that new channel. I'm like, you know what? Let me just go ahead, and I just started a new channel. I went on Twitch, and now it's awesome, man. Like we got the McFly gang in there, and everybody comes in for the games whenever I stream. They're probably not happy that I did, that I didn't stream any game during the Astros, but because that's a big series. But it was pretty dope. I was able, we were able to do that, and it's kind of like you're a nice watch along, and you're able to kind of watch that along with people and vibe out. And I go all sorts of crazy when I'm here.
Joe, but here's my question: what you do is that when you do a live broadcast, right? You can't show the game live, right? While it's on the Yes
No.
Network or whatever network.
Correct.
But
Like
you
I'm
can,
watching it on my TV, but copyright. You can't show the game, right? Maybe
right.
one day it'll evolve where I could, something can happen where people can be. But right now, I don't. You can't do that. That's a quick way to get sued, and I'm not trying to get sued.
But what about the sound, the audio? Do you hear anything?
Yeah, you hear like background noise, the background noise of the TV on, but that's fine. That's not like anything crazy.
Right.
At least from what it was clarified to me, it's just I guess if you're showing the game, you're gonna get that's trouble. You can't
Right.
show the game, right? So,
So
that's that. But it's just a watch along. I'm just casting a side cast. That's what it is. It's just me watching the game.
So pretty much you're broadcasting and saying, "Oh man, I hope he hits a home run here, or I hope he does this." Right? Are you looking for a clutch hit? Right? You can say whatever you want, right?
Well, yeah, I'm doing that, but I'm also like really interactive with my chat. So I talk to a lot of people in the chat. They say stuff, they're reacting, we're talking to each other. We're like, oh, we're gonna do this, or what's gonna happen here. I have all sorts of props that I'm like superstitious about, like when things are about to happen or hopefully happen. So there's that, and that's
No, but it's
basically what's
funny
going on.
because your reaction. Okay, so describe that day, right? So, when Chapman threw 104 miles per hour, Devers hits a shot to the opposite field like it's nothing.
Yes.
Right? We were up
Crazy.
by what? One run. It was like a closing situation, 2 outs.
Yeah, Yankees were up by, I think they were up by 2,
Okay.
and he hit a 2-run shot into left center. And first of all, you know this, Eddie. Like, you go to a lot of you watch a lot of Yankee baseball. Lefties don't go to left center field in Yankees. That's like a Death Valley, right? Like that doesn't happen. And the fact that he took, not only that, but he was a rookie and he took that opposite field and like just launched it over there was like pretty crazy to me. So that's when I was like, oh shit. Like I was shocked because I was so hyped. Chapman was kind of struggling to that point, and he came out throwing like seeds, bro, like just dotting it. And he looked like he had good stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. Place was electric, Sunday Night Baseball, all of that stuff. Bro, when he knocked that, Yankees ended up losing that game. I was just like, I was in shock.
But
it was a shock.
Your reaction, if you were nominated for an Oscar for that, you would definitely win because it was raw, man. It was like you're all excited, and all of a sudden, bam! Did you hear the sound, the echo of the bat, like go pop off Devers?
I mean, I seen it right off the bat, but I was looking at it. That's why I stood quiet. Like he hit it, and then I stood quiet, and I'm just looking at it fly. I'm like, there's no, like in my mind, I'm like, there's no way this is getting out. And I'm like, and when it gets out, I'm just like, what? It's crazy. It's a life memory.
So then that night, what happened? The video went viral? Did you post it? Where'd you post it? Or did ESPN capture it? What happened?
I posted it. So, okay, this is my process, right? Because whenever I'm at a game or even if I'm here and I'm posting stuff that happened, like reaction wise, I don't know what hit or didn't or what. I just post stuff.
Right.
Like I just post shit. Like I just get it, it gets edited and then I just post it and that's it, right? Like my phone is on do not disturb and silent, right? Because if I'm at the stadium, I'm going to lose battery if I'm getting notifications. So I posted the reaction. I just posted, I think it's like a snippet of whatever of tonight's video. And I just posted the video and I didn't know what was happening. So I was just like, whatever. Later on that night, after I finished doing the vlog and I posted it, I turn on my notifications and I'm seeing my phone is going crazy. I'm like, I'm telling my brother, I'm like, yo, there's something, I don't know what's going on with my phone. It's going crazy right now. He's like, Joe, I think you might be going viral. I'm like, nah, no way. So I wake up the next morning and it's like booming. I'm like, damn, what the hell's going on? So it's crazy. But that was like the first time that I handle something viral. Every time that something goes viral now, I get better at handling it.
All right.
A little better.
So were you like, holy shit, I can't believe
I was like, whoa, what's going on? And the ESPN asked me like to talk about this and like different people, and Devers reach out, and it's crazy, wild.
So then the next day, you meet Devers on the field. Like this, here's the picture right here. You and him are chilling.
I don't think it was the next day. I think it was the next series.
Oh, okay, that's right. It was a Sunday night. Okay.
Yeah, the next series. Then I met up with Devers, like, and I gave him like one of my reaction hats. It wasn't this one. It's an OG hat that I have around there that nobody really has anymore because I only had a certain group of them. But it's yeah, so I gave him that, and he was pretty cool. He's a cool guy. He's Dominican just like me, but he's a Red Sox, bro. It's just what it is. He's a Red Sox. I always tell him, I'm like, yo, do me a favor. Take it easy on my team this series, bro. He's a monster. He's a beast. So I always tell him, like, yo, take it easy on my team in this series, please.
Right.
And he's like, I'll try. Hey, you're always lying, bro. Always lying.
I know, yo, the guy hits, man. The guy hits. He's going to get $300 million with them. It's coming up. You see, $300 million or more.
Yeah, he's very good player.
So then after that, what happened? So you kept creating videos. And
yes.
Then how did Jomboy Media reach out to you? Like, what did they tell you?
Oh, I mean, that's a funny picture of him.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna put him on. I never met the guy. You know what I mean? First of all, I want to
make fun of him.
You could make fun of him, but I want to give him a shout out because he did really work hard and he got where he's at right now. So I congratulate him for that. I mean, the guy was a videographer for weddings or some shit like that.
Yes.
Right.
So I know Jomboy actually in 2017 when we first started, and me and him both had like, I want to say maybe 200 followers, maybe combined, probably.
Really?
Like there was nothing there yet. Like we were still like, I was still like posting some reactions. He was still like reacting to some Yankee games, and it was just like dope stuff. So like we've always vibed with each other, and then Jake as well. And then before I remember the day where he was thinking about what to call the company, and we were talking on the phone, and I was down here. I think it was before a game. And he was like, I'm thinking about making this company. And you know what, Joe's like, you're the first person I want to bring on. And I'm like, all right, bro, like, no problem. Like, I'm dying to get out of my job. I like my job. So, let's do this and let's build this company up to whatever it can, and then it just started. It started from there. It was just like an idea of just like, just fans talking about Yankee baseball, and like, I can't really explain it. I was in the Bronx office. What was the no-hitter day? Was it the no-hitter day? No, the day before the no-hitter day where the Yankees lost 3-1, Saturday. And I was in the Bronx office after the game because I just went in there. It's like right up the block from Yankee Stadium. And I'm like,
no, Joe, hold on a minute. I think the no-hitter was on a Saturday. I think it was a Friday game.
Friday. I forgot it was a 4-game series. You're right.
Come on, man. All right.
I forgot. Bro, this meshed together. I literally took this no-hitter game out of my mind. It was like a rain out to me.
Right.
Anyway, so Friday, the Severino game. Friday, after that game, I went up there because I needed to go use the bathroom. And I was just kind of like sitting there. There was nobody in that Bronx studio. And I'm like, yo, we kind of like just started this from here. Like, it's like a small Bronx studio that we had, and I'm like, it's kind of wild.
And where's the studio now?
Oh no, there's another studio that we have in the city now. It's much bigger, and I even think we outgrew that one. So that one looks like it's like smaller now. Like it's like we have like a whole bunch of editors and stuff, and people that work there, and content creators, and it's like we've outgrown that new space now, so we kind of need a new one. So I don't know what we're gonna do.
So you're full-time employee with Jomboy Media right now.
Correct. I'm full-time. I do this full-time, and I work with Jomboy Media. I do JM Gaming stuff, which I'm gonna do after this. We're gonna do like some video gaming. That's another division we're trying to build out, and then there's I do like my stuff, and then anything else, like whether we're doing blitzball stuff, whether we're doing like whatever, bro. Like we do like game of games. That's basically what it is. Games of games.
So what you're doing, Joe, is like you don't give a shit about going viral. Just create content, put videos out, and that's it. It's just simple as that.
I give a shit about going viral because that's within my, we would love that because that means more exposure.
Right.
But I'm not sitting here waiting for the perfect video or trying to create something or, trying to act a certain way. I'm just myself, right?
Oh, we know that. Yeah.
And I'll let myself play out. And if something hits, it hits. If something doesn't, it doesn't. Then it's like, it's whatever, bro. Some will, some won't. So what? Next. I just keep posting the next video, bro. It's just what it is. Well, I keep grinding.
How many videos do you post a day?
It depends on the game. So, I mean, it could be a game where, a no-hitter day, I didn't really post much.
Well, you shouldn't.
I didn't really post much. But, you could have another game where it's a walk-off game or it could be a back-and-forth game and I'll post a lot of reactions. So it depends. I don't really have a rhyme or reason. Maybe I should. Maybe I'll get like hey, you have an analytical statistician that's going to be saying, hey, you should post X amount of posts per day and and I'm like, okay, well, I don't know any of that stuff. So
don't think like the Harvard laws when it comes to that because analytics fucking ruins this game. So
but hey, maybe there's a rhyme to the reason. I don't know everything about.
Well, let me ask you this: when the Yankees won 98, 99, 2000, was there analytics?
I'm sure there was some sort of analytics to having my man.
Hold on, Joe. It's called managing the game with a feel. You understand? You get the advanced scouting report. You get all that stuff, but now you got to go with your gut and you got to make good decisions.
There was. I think there's a place in the game for both. You need both. I think you need both.
You need both. I think it's like, look, the advanced scouting is the key. That's where the scouts watch other teams at the big league level and to see who has a weakness, who's strong, who's who's weak. But here's the thing, Joe. How does analytics know? Let's say you're a ball player and the night before you caught your wife cheating on a dude with another dude. How you think he's gonna feel great the next day?
That's tough.
Yeah. So you tell me.
I guess you can't really know that. I don't know if my regular job would know that, but
you know what I'm saying? Like, how do we know that, man? Listen, ball players are like us, like humans. Yeah, we go through problems, right? We have nights that, like, oh shit, we had a bad day or something like that. You know what I mean? So, like, how do we know that?
Right, and I that's why I say that I think that both have a good
50-50. I'll take 50-50.
A good vibe. Because this year's Yankee team, you could see kind of like a lot of growth in Aaron Boone from where he was in previous years. Mm-hmm. I feel like he does some stuff where he's managing along with I need to get this game, where before it didn't feel that way. So I can see him growing as a manager. That's awesome, because that gives me more confidence and that gives the players more confidence as well, I'm assuming. And at the same time, I'm also seeing the players like having more belief in the team. That's why they don't get down on themselves, man. Like these 2022 Yankees are different, man. Like it's awesome.
Well, Joe, entering today, let's just say it was 1998, right? The Yankees record entering today is 54-19 in 1998. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. We are what? 53
and 20.
53 and 20. Okay? Now, depends what we do tonight. Now, back in 1998, the Yankees won tonight. So they won tonight. So we need to win tonight. You know what I mean? But there's only one weakness, I think. What hole do you think the Yankees have as a team?
There's a couple of them.
What do you feel?
It's funny, but before I even mention that, when Rizzo came to the office to visit us, right? I'm like, yeah, man, you guys are like the 98 Yankees. He's like, yo, like, fuck that. We're the 2022 Yankees. I'm like, you know what? Yes. 2022 Yankees, man. The 98 Yankees are one thing. They're that team. Go ahead and aspire to be your own. Go ahead.
Right.
I like that. Mm-hmm. What the other thing is that you were saying, what do the Yankees need to do? What are their weaknesses?
Yeah.
I think that they need to improve at shortstop. I think IKF is probably not the defensive shortstop that we thought that he was. I think that we need to improve in left field. So I would like to see something better than Joey Gallo. I'm sure that Joey Gallo is a good guy, a nice guy, but I just don't think he's going to work out in New York. I want to be wrong, but probably not. And you know what? I think that the Yankees need another starting pitcher, even though you're saying, oh, the Yankees have the best starting pitching rotation in baseball, I guess. Well, I don't know about this week. I haven't looked at the numbers. But there's Nestor Cortez has never pitched a high amount of innings. Severino's coming back from an injury. You have Jamison Tyone, who has injury history, and Montgomery had Tommy John surgery before. I need another starter in there, not only for this year, but for next year, because we have Tyone is supposed to be a free agent too, so I expect the Yankees to try to go get a starting pitcher. And it never hurts to get a reliever, but I mostly think that we'll see one of the kids come up, like Peraza. We might see Peraza this year as short, which I love him as short. He had 2 homers yesterday. They're starting to get hot. And we might see the Yankees acquire a starting pitcher or a starting pitcher and a reliever. So that might happen.
Okay, so now here's the big question. Who's
outfielder? Free? Benintendi would be awesome.
Okay, that's the guy that I want.
Or Hap.
I'll take Benintendi. I like that guy. The guy has a World Series ring. He knows how to hit with 2 outs. See, this is the weakness that I have with the Yankees. In October, 2-out hits with men in scoring position. If you don't execute that in October, guess what? The other team's going to celebrate with the champagne, and we're done. That's the only weakness I see with the Yankees right now. Besides getting a left fielder, yes, starting pitching. But the question is, who's available July 31st? Who's a number 2, 3 guy that could come to New York and start? Who's available?
They could get Frankie Montas. They could get Luis Castillo. They're going to have to pay for those guys, though, and other teams are going to want them, too. So you got to understand. But those are guys that are controlled beyond this year that the Yankees could be able to try to acquire. So Frankie Montas, just to name a few, Frankie Montas or Luis Castillo. And if the Yankees acquire any pitcher, we should be excited because Matt Blake has been churning out pitchers. Like the way that he's been developing the staff and the bullpen has been awesome.
Right.
So, high for that.
And another thing, I can't stand when people say, oh, Cashman didn't do anything in the offseason. Let me tell you something about this organization. They know better than us. There's a reason why they didn't sign a big name in the offseason. Look at their record now.
Well, I don't know if they expected him to play this well.
But here's the thing. Do you really want Carlos Correa as a shortstop for the Yankees? Do you really want? I mean, he's average in Minnesota right now. Average, nothing big. They're in first place.
Right. I do think that the reason for wanting a shortstop was warranted. I think the reason for still wanting a shortstop is still warranted. I think if you could have, I think the Yankees could have still kept Squid at short, and they would have actually been better. He's probably one of the best defensive shortstops in baseball right now, in terms of like Velasquez. Not only that, but he's from the Bronx, and the numbers say it, and it's true. He's awesome at short, but fine. IKF does look more like a third baseman, and that's where he won his Gold Glove. I'm not saying he doesn't have a place on this team. I just think that my starting shortstop, we need something more secure as starting shortstop.
Right. So
I'll go with that.
Here's, they're going to have to sign Judge for a lot of money, right? Why give Correa all that money when you have 2 prospects?
I'm not advocating for Correa. It's whatever. Like, fine, it is what it is. I just think that the kind of contract that Correa signed, it's not something that limits you to not signing Judge. And it's the Yankees. There's no salary cap in baseball. So the Steinbrenners make enough money. Trust me. I see the concessions and prices. I'm in the stadium. I'm trying to buy tickets, all of that stuff. So it's.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you buying
Yankees make money, man.
Are you trying to buy hot dogs too? Is that you?
Nah, I'm not buying hot dogs, but I'm eating a lot cleaner these days. But yeah, so it's food in the stadium is not cheap.
So you enter the stadium. Do you have like fans invite you to games? Because I see you sit everywhere.
Yes, I like to. Well, people do invite me. I don't go with everybody though, because and sometimes people offer, "Oh, come sit with me." I just don't know because I don't want to feel like I'm beholden to anybody if I go
Right.
to the stadium. Where it's like, what if I'm not feeling your vibe, or if I don't know you? Like, I just don't do it. Oh, just take a ticket. Like, hey Joe, you're a ticket whore. I'm not doing that. But it's like, I do meet a lot of cool people, a lot of awesome people at the stadium. I'm never like shying away from meeting people. Like, people are dope. I met some awesome people. I met you, Eddie. So like,
Okay,
at the
so how did you
stadium.
get my vibe? What was your instincts about me when you said, you know what, I'm down to go to a game with this guy? He invited me.
Well, we always had conversations before, though, like before we even
Right.
met, like about different stuff, and like
Right.
the stuff that we would talk about, and then you would call me about different things, and like we would talk about different stuff before
Right. Right.
we even met up for a game, right? So like it was like pretty dope. So you could tell people, you could tell your the vibe with certain people whether you vibe or not. A lot of people do come up more and more. It feels like a little every homestand, which is it's cool, but it's a little kind of crazy to me, like. Oh, people want to meet me. People want to take a picture of me. People
Yeah.
say I came all the way from X place, and
Yeah, but you know what it
you
is,
know
Joe. These people love you. I mean, they're like, like I saw this picture right here. You see the picture right there? You got a little
that was an
cool.
awesome picture taken by Cody. Cody is like a photographer, and he was like, "Yo, Joe, I'm gonna take pictures of the stadium. If I catch you, I didn't even know he was there taking that picture,
Right.
and he took that awesome picture with that family. That family was awesome. Beautiful baby too.
Any stalkers, any crazy people like DMing you? Yo, Joe, man, I want to go to the game with you. Please, can you give me tickets? Because I get that. I'm telling you right now, I get that a lot.
Yeah, I had somebody ask me for like $400 the other day. I'm like, yo, bro, get the fuck out. I didn't even respond. I was like, what the hell is this?
Man, I got 2 kids to support, right? Did you tell them that?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't tell him anything. I just did not respond to that.
So this guy had the
$400,
audacity to ask you for $400?
bro. People,
Any crazy
it's like a
stories?
lot of
Anybody
DM
stalking
stuff.
you, following you and shit, in the Bronx? Anything?
You better not. I mean, that's not. I don't play that, bro.
But
Like,
I'm just
I'm
saying,
still from the Bronx.
you have wackos out there. You know what I mean? Like you're like
I mean, yeah, I'm still from the Bronx, so I mean, I haven't had anything like that, but yeah. So
all right. Well, thank
everybody's
God.
been, yeah, that's good. That's good.
So now, let's talk about how, according to this article, they're saying you're like the professional fan, right? You got the magazine that wrote about you, the New Yorker.
New Yorker was awesome. I don't know what professional fan means.
That's what I mean. I'm like, do you get paid for that as a professional fan? Because
well, what I do now has allowed me to support myself. So I guess that's a way of saying that. You're making money as being a fan, right? So I guess that's a way of being, because I'm monetizing my YouTube, I'm monetizing my Twitch. So like, I guess that's a way of doing that, but I don't look at it like that, and nor do I look at myself as like the best Yankee fan or a greater Yankee fan or like than somebody else. Like, I met people, I meet people from the bleachers all the time, man, and I have so much love for those people and respect, for anybody that's there, and like people that the Bleacher Creatures, you guys are awesome. But I have not, like, for people say, "Oh, Joe, you're a Bleacher Creature." I have not put in the time to be considered a Bleacher Creature in terms of like the time in the bleachers. Like, I don't do that. I roam around. Like, I sit in different places all the time. And I'm not saying that you can't, but Bleacher Creatures are super dedicated to that particular area of the stadium. They feel like they have a that they have to, kind of like hold that. They have a responsibility that's been passed down from others to kind of hold a what's the word I'm looking for? To hold a standard on how you behave at the bleachers,
right.
and what it is to be there. And I have so much respect for them, bro. Like, it's crazy. Like, I was there, I was sitting in the bleachers. What game? I think it was a no-hitter day, and we were doing roll call. And there was one kid, he was saying, like, before we even did roll call, he was saying, they was trying to say like the fuck Altuve chants. And like the veteran bleacher people were not having that, Eddie. They were like, no, Like they were like, no. Like they got in their face and they said, no. We don't do anything before we do roll call. Like you can't, you know what I mean? Like you can't come in there as like somebody else and try to, no.
Right.
So I love that. I love that so much about the Bleacher Creatures. Like, love that. I love the Bleacher Creatures so much.
The Bleacher Creatures are awesome because,
Yes.
right in the beginning of the game, that roll call, that pumps you up, man.
Yes.
That pumps you up. You're like, you really feel like, we are on.
Facts.
Especially in October. It is on,
Yes.
So
That's crazy.
So with the Bleacher Creatures, it's funny, I interview a lot of former professional athletes, especially Major League Baseball players. And they tell me, like, I don't know if you remember Sean Green, former
Yes.
Blue Jay and Dodger. But when he played for the Blue Jays, he created a relationship with a fan because a fan was like, hey, Sean, you suck. And Sean Green's a sweetheart, man. He's not the guy that talks back, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So then one time he came back to New York and this fan was saying, hey, Sean Green, this and that. And Sean's like, that voice, I recognize that voice, man. And the fan said, and Sean Green asked him, he said, hey, are you the guy that kills me out there in the bleachers? He's like, yeah, to be honest, it's me. I just hate our opponents, that's all. And then they created a relationship, but then Sean Green would hook him up with tickets all the time.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So It's like, those, the opposing players, they hear you guys. They hear the Bleacher Creatures.
Yeah, I'm sure. I've definitely. I know that players here, especially like I sat a lot in right field, that right field area. So I know that players hear you. So for opposing players, I have no problem with making them feel uncomfortable coming into Yankee Stadium. No problems. Right. So that's just what it is.
Well, we just hate the person in the uniform. That's all. Nothing against the person.
Yeah.
It's just the uniform that we can't stand.
That's it. Yeah. Exactly.
You're playing against our boys, man.
Right?
We're desperate for a championship. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Since 2009, I can't take this shit anymore.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. 2009 is a long time. So it's time. It is time. So my kids haven't seen a championship yet.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of your kid, your son, this guy right here, he's a character right here. Look at this guy right here. That face right there, man. You gotta love him, man. Right. So, now, what did your son tell you? I'm not going to a game unless what? Remember that one time?
He said one time because I took him to, he said I took him to Legends one time. Mm-hmm. And, the Yankees had a walk-off there. It was crazy. It was awesome. And he goes, Dad, I'm not going to a game unless we're sitting in Legends. I'm like, what? I'm like, get out of here with that, bro. What the hell? You should be happy we sat in Legends. Like, I don't even sit in Legends. What are you talking about? Like, I don't sit in Legends all the time. Like, it's just every now and then when, Eddie Mata hooks it up or something. Like, that's the only time. Like, I'm not sitting in Legends. So what are you talking about? So now I gotta humble him a little bit, man. I think I gotta throw him in the bleachers a little bit. Try to get some, I guess
you gotta teach him to say, hey, listen, buddy, this is once in the blue moon.
Yeah, once in the blue moon. You should be happy when we're there. It's a birthright. It's not a birthright, bro. Get out of here.
But when we have JoezMcFly have his own production and making millions, and we're like, son, yeah, we got Legends.
I'll be honest, like, I like Legends. I like Legends a lot. I still like being in like section 105 in the stadium is still one of my favorite sections in the stadium.
Where's that at? What area?
That's right under the awning in right field, under the short porch. Mm-hmm. The bleachers are awesome too. Like that whole right field view from there, me viewing the game is like my favorite view.
Oh, really?
I don't know. It's weird. I love the stadium. I'll sit anywhere, Eddie.
Right.
I don't really care, right? But I'll sit up in the 400s if it means I'm in the stadium for a playoff game. I don't care. But that section over there, that right field section, that right field area, even 203, 204, like that area, that viewpoint of watching the game is my favorite.
Really?
It's my favorite in the whole stadium.
I never sat in the right field 204, but I did sit. Here's what my boy told me. When A-Rod was playing, it was his chance to get his 3,000 hit. He said,
okay,
Eddie, if you want to catch that ball, because Verlander's throwing that day, and A-Rod's going to hit it to the opposite field because Verlander throws 98. He's not going to pull him. So go sit. I'll put you in right field.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like 15 feet away, and the guy caught that ball, A-Rod's 3,000
Oh, wow.
hit. It was a home run ball. But, yeah, I mean, I like that section, too. Don't get me wrong. I love
Yes.
There's more passionate fans. At Legends, it's all executives. It's all corporate. It's like, hey.
That's part of it, too.
Yeah, we got a business deal here, this and that. And I'm hearing stories. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm not in the stock business, So, yeah. So as far as sitting in right field, yeah. But I never sat where you said at the 205 section.
Well, no, not 205. It's
105, right? You said
204 is bleachers. 204, 203, that's bleachers.
Mm-hmm.
105 is right under the awning, the short porch awning, and under the Parks Authority, where it says Parks Authority, right under there. I love that section just because in the summer, when the sun is beating down on every part of the stadium, that's the place to shade.
Yeah.
And you get a nice little wind tunnel, which is awesome. It's great for kids. I just love it. And then I'm over here telling people, and then they're going to all sit there. But, yeah. And then not only that, but I get a good view of the game. That's usually the judges section, like judges chambers. And at the same time, it also has the if it rains, I have that awning protecting me. I don't get wet at the game. Not that I care, but if you're going to games with kids or going to games with other people or whatever, that's a cool section.
So that section is if a player hits a home run, is it a fair ball where you're sitting or is it foul?
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Fair ball. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
That's right. Yeah, that is fair. That's right. Fair territory. So that's good.
Listen, I mean, the short porch, baby. Even right-handers hit that shit out of
I love the short porch.
Me too.
I love the short porch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ain't nobody going to make me feel guilty about liking the short porch.
So now, what is your position with Jomboy Media? How many people work for this guy? I just want to know, like, how do you guys grew so well?
Mm-hmm. We have. I'm trying to think right now. I think we have like 55, 60 employees.
Nice. That's a good job, right? A lot of interns, a lot of.
Unless they hire somebody over the weekend that I don't know, which is possible, because it still feels like it's weird. We have that many, but it still feels like we are understaffed because we're still looking for like more like editors that are really good at what they do. Always looking for content creators. There's like no like. So there's always something, so it's just standing out.
But when it comes to, do you edit your own videos, Joe, or you?
I used to, and when I have to, I will. Like I do have a dedicated editor now, which I'll shout out. His name is Ronnie Jerez, and he'll edit my stuff. And usually for the next game, I took him to a game yesterday, so that is usually what it is. Like we'll go ahead and we'll do that. The gaming stuff right now, I think we're still technically might be looking for an editor. I'm not too sure what was happening there. But I guess every piece of content, there's like always like some different editor that would handle that. Like crazy. We're starting this new Joe's Goes thing where I just go to things that I've never done before.
Like, give me an
like
example.
A hockey game.
Oh yeah,
like
look at that.
Lacrosse.
And what happened? What happened at the hockey game? You see me? We're in the Delta Club. And you're like, yo, Eddie.
Yes, yes. It's like the Rangers hooked that up, man. The Rangers are awesome. The Rangers hooked that up. They brought us out there. They're like, hey man, can you bring Joe's, whatever. So I went out there. I took my son. I went with the crew. We were like undefeated for a while, and then Lightning were just a little stronger, or a little better, just a little better, and beat the Rangers.
Well, how much fun is it to watch a hockey game?
So much fun to watch a hockey game, man. I did not know that it would be like that in person. That is an experience to feel like that energy in the stadium. I mean, in the arena is wild, and there's 18,000 people in there, but 18,000 feels like
loud, man.
it's loud.
Yeah.
It's loud. Go Rangers.
Yeah, and you see, here's the thing: you got gangster seats, right? You got it on the house. The Rangers hooked you up, while I had to pay. See that? I'm not well connected in New York.
What do you mean?
Stadium,
You were like
well
center
connected.
ice. What are you talking about? You were like center ice. You were
Like when you see my videos, you're like, how the fuck does he do it, right?
yeah. You're over there sitting next to Rizzo and like
I'm not. I wish.
the Knicks. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, okay, well, I'm over here.
All right, so
I
tell me
appreciate
this.
the seats.
Exactly. Now, tell me the story about this, right? This picture right here. How much did you win in Tampa? This happened recently, right? It was like a week and a half ago.
That was wild. So
All right, break down the story. What happened? You guys took a trip to Tampa. Go ahead.
I took a trip to Tampa. Joe's goes because my kids are going to Florida, right? And they're staying there for the summer with their mom. So then I said, you know what? Let me catch a Tampa Bay Ray game. They're facing the Yankees. I have a bucket list of stadiums that I want to kind of, I want to be able to see all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So let me go to town. Let me go to the Trop. Let's see how bad it really is.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, Eddie. The Trop is great. The Trop is one of the best stadiums in baseball. I mean, what other stadium are they just giving out money in? I don't know. Seriously, they need a new stadium though. But
they do.
I went out there.
I want to disagree with you. I'm like, the stadium is all right, my man. I've been there. It ain't special. Come on,
bro. I went over there. So the first game, I went out there. I watched the game with my friend. The Yankees won. I was like, okay, let's go. I come out to the second game. I wasn't supposed to go to that game. I was supposed to go home, but I said, you know what? Let me extend my trip for one day. Me and Severino are cool. I reached out to him and he got me tickets. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go. So I went to the game. His wife called me over to her section. We were talking about the 50-50 raffle. I'm like, what is that? Because they don't do that in New York for whatever reason. I don't know why. I think they do it in almost every other stadium, right, Eddie? I mean, you've been to other stadiums.
Yeah, I've been to, let's see, there's 30 teams, right?
Yeah.
I've been at least 18 stadiums.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently 50-50 raffle is something that happens almost at every stadium, but I guess not in New York. So I'm asking the lady, like, all right, whatever, how does this work? She explained it to me. I was just going to buy $50. And that would have gotten you, like, I think 200 tickets. And then I asked her how it works. And she said, oh, half goes to the foundation, half goes to the pot, whatever it is. I'm like, okay. I'm like, you know what? So just do 100, right? Because that way 50 and 50, it'll go 50-50.
Right.
Eddie, the first ticket didn't win. The second one did. That was crazy. And I couldn't believe it.
So you just wanted to buy one ticket, but then you changed your mind and you said you're going to buy two.
I'm going to get another $50 and it'll be another, like, yes. And on the second set, that's where the winning number was. My reaction, people were like, oh my God, Rosmali, who's Severino's wife, we're sitting together. She was so happy for me. And now keep in mind, these are millionaires, right? Like they're,
right.
I'm sure she's all right, right?
Right.
She was so happy for me. I thought, because I don't win anything. I don't win shit, Eddie. I really don't. Mm-hmm. Everything that happens for me, I have to work for. Like, there's no free gimme stuff, really. Like,
you got to earn it, brother. You got to earn it. Go ahead.
Fine, I'm okay with that. But when she kept reading the numbers, and I'm like, maybe she got a number wrong.
Right.
When the lady said, "Oh, you won," that's what I was like. Oh shit! Like, I won this shit? No way.
But did you know how much did they give you right before? Say you have a chance to win how much? $15,000? Is that what it was?
They said it was 30, right? But I guess half of it goes to the foundation.
Right.
So it was 15,000. Whatever it is more than $100, bro. That's
hell
crazy.
Yeah, shit. All right, go ahead.
Whatever it is more than $100. So that's why I was so hype about it. It was exciting.
So they literally gave you a check for $15,000?
Yes. Well, I think they're mailing it, the actual check.
Okay, the actual check, right? So now
you got to go through Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam takes their cut.
Right. Well, I was about to say you're getting taxed. That's the bottom line.
You know it.
Right. It's getting. But still, all right. You get taxed. All right, 10,000. Let's say in your pocket.
Bro, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Whatever. Right. I am not like. And apparently people were like, oh, Joe, you won, but that's one of the smaller 50-50. I'm like, bro, I don't care. Bro. I don't care if it's a smaller pot. Like the fact that I won out of so many people. And I tweet out earlier that day after I bought it.
Mm-hmm.
I said, what are the chances of me winning this 50-50 before they even announce it? And everybody's like, oh, not great, blah, blah, blah. And I hit it. Like, it's crazy.
Oh my God. It's like, you put a bet on the Yankees. Did they win that day?
They lost.
Okay, they lost. So,
but they almost came back. That was when Judge's home run came
right.
really close.
So pretty much, it looks like you put a bet and you won 10 G's for being there.
Right.
Whether the Yankees win or lose, right?
Crazy.
So you took a gamble, but thank God you said,
Crazy.
you know what? Let me take 2 of those. Spent $100.
Yes.
You invested $100. You win 15,000. Let's say after taxes, all right, 11,000, 10,000, whatever. That's a great investment, man.
That's yes. I don't know any other return that's getting you that.
So what are you gonna do with that money? I want to hear this shit.
I don't know. I'm probably gonna I don't know. I'm supposed to get ready for a trip to LA because we're going to the All-Star game. So maybe I buy like an outfit or two, and then I'll save some money. I don't know.
Well, I have great fashion style, so let me know if you want to go shopping. I'll help pick out the nice wardrobe.
I bet, man. I'm gonna reach out to you for sure.
Yeah, because you know me, I style, my man.
Yes. I know that. So we'll go that route. We'll find out.
So how did you and Severino created a relationship? What happened? Like, how did it start? I mean, I'm sure these guys look at videos too, and they see stuff of yours.
Well, like I always get surprised when the players are like, "Oh, I know who you are. I know you."
Really?
Like I'm like, so like Trevino came. He's saying hi to everybody, and he's like, "Oh, I know you," and I'm like, "Oh shit!" And they're like, so like any of the players, like the players know me. Like I created a relationship with Chapman too, so he's cool. But the way I created the relationship through Severino was because his wife was following me and being real cool with me and like supporting me and like stuff that I do with my kids and stuff like that. And then me and Sevi, while he was hurt, I then started speaking to him about a lot of different stuff. He came on our podcast. I think he's the first active player to come on our podcast, Pinstripe podcast. So then that was dope. And we talked about what was going on and his mentality during getting injuries. And he was real cool, man. Like, Sevi's awesome. And then he also did like we played video games together also. So there's a lot of stuff from there, bro. And then it's
hold on a minute. I'm trying to figure this out. So I got Tommy John surgery. It's my right arm, right, with Sevi. So when he's playing video games, is it bothering him a little bit during the rehab process, or did it help him pushing buttons?
Well, I don't think you can still use your stuff. And by the way, I'm not talking from experience because people saying that I got Tommy John. I did not get Tommy John. People saying that I got Tommy John surgery for whatever. That was like an inside joke on Twitter for a while. I was like, yo, bro, it's not. So, I mean, he was fine. A lot of his stuff was, when he was playing, a lot of stuff when he was rehabbing. Obviously, when you have the sling, you're not playing.
Yeah.
But when you're good, then you can be able to do that.
But did he ever open up to you and say, man, I want to come back already. This is killing me, man.
Oh yeah, like when he had a setback. When he was coming back, I think was it in 19 when he came back for the playoffs, and then he had a setback, and then he had the surgery. It was just frustrating because it felt like he was going back, and I try to what can you really hear from anybody, right? In that moment, but it's like you feel really bad because you know how much he's worked.
Listen, it's a meaning. You want to get back on that diamond,
Right.
Was he rehabbing mostly in Tampa or was it in New York?
I believe he was in Tampa mostly.
Okay.
He was mostly in Tampa. Better weather, and he's able to go to the park down there and be able to rehab. So he was mostly in there. I think he would come up for their playoff stuff. He was in the dugout and stuff, like being around the team. But yeah, he's just it was crazy. But I told him one thing. I said, you know what? God's time is perfect, man. Everything that happens for a reason. So that's to make you better later on. And then he actually said, if it wasn't for my surgery, my changeup wouldn't have been as good as it is this year. And because He came back throwing with a lot of confidence. So the fact that, it's a blessing. Everything's like a sort of blessing in disguise, kind of, right?
Joe, are you
Like
reading?
the Chapman gave up that home run to Devers, right? Like I didn't, that was a blessing in disguise in a way for me, right? It's
Well,
not, I wasn't happy in the moment,
what I always
but
tell people, okay, remember this,
yeah,
Joe. Focus on the present, and the future will take care of itself.
yes,
So what you're doing with your videos, blogging, video games, Twitch, you're just doing it. Not that many people
just
say
fun.
they're going to do it. They talk about it,
Yeah,
but are they actually doing it? So
right.
you're doing great, my man. You're living it up. Look at you.
I'm just trying to have fun, bro. That's it.
Listen, keep that nice
Seriously, not
smile, all
serious.
right? Keep that nice smile and just keep going because you're being truthful. When the Yankees lose, you're upset. Did you break any TVs in your home yet?
I don't break stuff. I mean, I've thrown my chair sometimes.
Yeah, but
I could pick that up.
did you have to paint the wall again and stuff like that or no?
Eddie, last year, actually, when Giancarlo hit the home run off of the Red Sox, that grand slam, they brought him back and they won the game.
Mm-hmm.
I punched that wall back there. I'm never punching a wall again. Like, my wrist was hurting. So I'm not doing that again. So,
Wait,
no shot.
he hits a grand slam and you punch a wall?
You've never seen the reaction where
I didn't see that one.
I'm going to retweet it. But it's basically like.
But hold on a minute. You're supposed to be happy, not break a wall. You break a wall when you're sad, when you're devastated.
I was, but the thing is that, the game was kind of building. The Yankees were losing the whole time. And then I said, like, that was another one that kind of went viral a little bit. I'm trying to look for it right now. Because before it, I said, if Giancarlo hits a bomb right now, and I lost it, bro. Like, it was just like, I couldn't believe. Is this it? Oh, no, this isn't it. I'm going to retweet it right now so that you can see it.
All right, let me see it right now. Hold on. Where are you?
I'm going to retweet it. Here it goes. I can't believe you've never seen this. This one went crazy.
Did you cry afterwards? You're like, ah.
This is it. I just had bro, my legs gave out. My friend comes around and he's like, I couldn't believe it, bro. There you go.
All right, so let me see. All right, Giancarlo with a grand slam. All right, he hits a shot. Look at that reaction. All right, hold on. Where's the wall? Where's the wall? Hold on a minute. Where's the punch? Oh shit! I felt that pain already.
The thing, I felt it for like a little bit of months after that. I'm like, yo, I'm not doing that shit again.
No, who was that pitcher that we had with the Yankees? Kevin Brown. Remember that moment?
Kevin Brown, bro.
And then he had to get screws in his hand.
Idiot,
I'm like,
bro.
yo, dude, what are you
Like
doing?
me. Instant regret.
Joe, listen. You're doing great. I'm very happy for you, seriously.
Appreciate it.
And,
Appreciate it, bro. Eddie, we got to catch a game, man. We got to catch another game.
Well, what do you got this week going on? Are you going to? I got invited Wednesday for a 1 p.m. game. I hope it's not too hot, man.
That's the thing. Like, I don't know, because I feel like I went to every single game. I might go see Oakland.
Rest up, man. Rest up a little bit.
I might see Yankees go on the road too after this. They're gonna go to Houston, and then
just
they
for
go
one,
to,
right? Houston just won.
Houston just for one, and then they go into Cleveland, and then they finally get a day off on July 4th. The Yankees haven't had a day off in a while, actually.
Right.
They've been playing all these games straight, so the bats are dragging a little bit, which is why you've seen they're not really hitting too well. They need a day.
Listen, here's the thing, Joe. I talked to Jim Lehrer. I talked to Strawberry, Gooden. A great team, you're going to go through 3 slumps a year, 3 to 4 slumps. The Yankees will have a 3-7 record the next,
They're
sometime.
still winning during their slumps, which is crazy.
Right. But I'm just saying, don't expect this, win every game. And, people listen, the last 13 games, what were we? 9-4 against above 500 teams? That's fucking awesome. Are you kidding me?
Amazing.
If Yankee fans are complaining about, we shouldn't split with Houston, I'm happy that we split with Houston.
Houston's a good team.
Hell yeah, they're good.
For the Yankees to get to the World Series, the road to the World Series goes through Houston. And the Yankees have to, it's just what it is. That is the toll that you need to pay at the end of the bridge. That's just what it is. The Astros have eliminated the Yankees in 2017 and 2019, and they've been there the whole time. So if the Yankees want to get to the World Series, then they have to build their team to beat that team.
Right.
And now you got to see in this series.
Right.
The Astros kind of beat the Yankees all 4 games, if you really think about it.
Yeah, they did.
Yankees had to walk off twice on them to try, which is it's a resilience thing, which is great. But the Yankees had to come back on them twice to be able to win, and but the Astros basically won all 4 games, if you really think about it. So the Yankees got to go back. It's a humbling moment, if anything.
Yeah, but we found a way, right? Now, Judge's home run last night. Did you notice? You know what I noticed it was a day game. Yesterday, when he hit the home run, he was about to, when he touched first base, he was about to go back towards the dugout.
Yes.
Right? But then one of the coaches said, no, keep running. Look how classy he is, even though the Astros we can't stand, right? I mean,
I think I have something on that.
All right, go ahead. Tell me.
He thought it was just it was off the wall. I don't think he thought it was over the fence.
Oh, okay.
So he didn't think it was a homer. He wasn't sure it was because when you look over there, they have those windows, right? So you just look at the ball. You just start seeing the outfielder running. Maybe you just think that the outfielder just gave up on the ball because if the ball lands, it was going to be a walk-off anyway if it was a single or a home run.
Right.
So I'm thinking that's what he thought. The ball, he didn't know if it was a home run. Maybe it didn't get out. He said at minimum, he probably thought it was in the gap. That's probably why. And then that's when he said, no, don't worry about it. Because then that's when seen the umpire going like that.
No, because one of the coaches was like, no, keep running.
Yeah, keep running. It's a home run. Yes, he didn't know. I think he thought it was just he just hit it in the gap. And it just, it probably hit the top of the wall or something. And then it's just a walk-off like how you do normally.
Right. So, Joe, let me tell you something about the degenerate gamblers out there, right? I don't know if you remember the Robin Ventura story when he hit that grand slam, but he just touched first because all they needed was 1 run.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. So
what happened was I think a degenerate gambler put $100,000 in that game. And what happened was that if Ventura would round the bases, right, and touch home, the gambler would have won $100,000. But what he did was because there's a run line. I don't know if you know about gambling when it comes to
I think I know a little bit about it.
Well, the run line is let's say if the Yankees are favored by 1.5 run, that means the Yankees have to win by 2 runs to win your money.
Okay.
You understand? Okay. If they win by 1 run, no, you lost. So they got to win by 2 runs. Tonight, it's 1.5, right? So that gambler that put $100,000 in, the run line was by 2 runs. And if Ventura would cross home, he would have won by 3 runs. So, he'll still win, but he didn't touch. He didn't go all the way. He didn't round it. So guess what? He lost that 100 G's, yo.
Well, why did he do that? Why didn't he just run it all the way around?
I don't understand these people. Listen, you hit a home run. I don't give a shit. You better come home, man.
Yeah, that's weird. Why didn't he just come all the way around?
Right. So
strange.
And also, talk to me one more thing. These merchandise, how's that going? Is that going well with you guys? Like that one seriously, but not serious. You got all these. Okay.
Yes, good. I do. So that's another cool thing, right? Whenever I see people wearing my merch, because then it's after any I usually have certain things. Either I see them on stream or I see them in the video, 27 outs. Or this shirt I have on 162 1-game seasons, that's how I react. That's how I look at. I've always watched every game like that. It's Joe, don't worry about it. It's only game number X. No, bro. If I'm watching the game, I'm invested. Like, it's just what it is.
Right,
I'm
right.
just invested in the game. I don't care about if it's game 25 or game 163 or game 112 or whatever it is. To me, I can only watch that game. You know, if I'm watching of course it ratchets up for playoffs, but if I'm watching the game, I'm invested. I want the Yankees to win. So I'll have different sayings on my shirts. It could be like seriously not serious. Trader Joe's is the funny one because apparently every player that I was meeting in spring training was getting traded. Uh,
Trader
27
Joe's.
out. If thou shalt hangeth, then we shall bangeth. That's
Yeah, I like that
Stantonian
one.
for
Yeah, yeah.
27. I love that. There's of course a regular Pinstripe Strong shirt that I have. There's a bunch of different shirts and they come out all the time. Oh, short porch, bitch. Like I love that
Okay.
one, or
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
the short porch, stuff like that. And I just put sayings on there. It's just funny. I find it funny when people buy it.
That's
Or
great,
sack fly is
man.
underrated. The sack
Yeah,
fly
yeah,
is
yeah.
underrated.
Which
So
one
it's
was
good.
the hottest one? Which one sold the most?
De Lo Mio, the De Lo Mio shirt.
What does that mean?
And that shirt had kind of like how the Monument Park numbers has, and I have it of all the Latino players.
Oh, okay.
And I have, there'd be people that'd be like, wait, Giancarlo's Latino? I'm like, yeah, he is. He's Puerto Rican, has Puerto Rican descent in there. I'm like, wait a minute, why is Zach Britton on there? His mom is Dominican. Like people don't know. So I
Oh,
put
yeah, yeah.
there's like all of the Dominicans on the 40-man roster. I put them on the shirt. The De Lo Mio shirt is awesome because it's everybody loves their, everybody's very proud of their heritage and where they come from. And it's not to alienate all the other players. It's just these are De Lo Mio. These are one of mine. I love these guys.
Right. Yeah, that's so awesome. So now your preparation tonight, right? So you got the Oakland A's. It's a 7 p.m. game.
Yes.
What do you do to prepare for Twitch? You set up, like, what time do you prepare to get ready and all that stuff?
Well, I would love to go live at like 6:45 or 6:30, but usually like I don't have the kids right now, so I'll be able to like keep that timeline. But when I have my kids, I have to like pick them up from school, like feed them, like make sure that they're good before I start streaming. Sometimes I don't get to start the stream until late. Got to make sure that they take a shower, all that stuff.
So you stream not right in the beginning of the game. You could come in the 5th inning, 6th inning, like that?
If I do that, I won't do a vlog for the game,
Okay.
which is like my vlogs. Like I'll do like a stream highlight video the next day or a vlog video where if I'm at the stadium and we'll make that into a video where people will be able to see it the next day. I'm not sure if today's one is up, but it was a long night for the editor. But it'll be something like that. Like we'll just if I can't do it, then I'll just either tell my chat, yo, I can't stream tonight, or I'll just come in and I'll try to do it always at the beginning of the game so I can watch the whole game with the chat
Okay.
and we'll just vibe out.
You know what? I'm gonna do that with you one of these days. All right. I'm gonna come over your home, bring my mic, and be like, set it up, man. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll probably do like in the stream lounge. I was gonna do like watch parties on there, especially during the playoffs. Whenever I watch, I don't really watch the game alone. Like people come over. That's when it turns into watch party time. We'll have like a group of people who will watch the game. We'll order pizza. It's like dudes just chilling. You know what I mean? So,
Am I gonna get the invite, Joe?
yeah, bro. Like you come through. You
All
come
right.
through for sure. Even though I'm thinking about changing the location from this basement to somewhere else. But we'll see. We'll see.
All right. As long as they don't mess with my
Yes.
Tesla, right?
Well, I'm thinking about getting that. I'm thinking about getting electric, bro, because it's like these gas prices are crazy. I think
Listen,
I'm going electric.
I got it last year, June 6th, right?
Yes.
Because look, I'm not political, but I said to myself, the gas prices are going up. I know it's going up.
It's not political. It's just facts.
It's just facts, exactly. And when Biden said that he shut down the gas pipeline, I'm like, oh shit, I don't know, man. You know what? Let me go get the Tesla because it's gonna go up. And that's what I did. And it's the best car. You know how much it cost me for the year to operate? So operate meaning like you got to put gas, but electric car you don't have to put. Just add $40 to $60 a month to your electricity bill. That's it. So it cost me $550 to operate my Tesla close to 8,000 miles.
Can't you go to like Target and charge it too? Like if you're like around Target or like those Walmarts, they have like those charging stations too.
Yeah, you could do all that. The thing is, those
They're more expensive.
No, they're not expensive. It's slower.
Oh, okay.
See, like in my backyard, I have a home, so I charge it right here. I have a charger.
Don't those things cost like 4,000 to get put in?
No. If you're doing the supercharger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But a regular, I mean, listen, it could cost $2,000 to $4,000 to get an electric line and make it look good. May have a clean look, but that's it. But think about it. It cost me $550 for the year to operate my Tesla. How much would it cost in gas? Close to 8,000 miles. Do the math, brother.
Yeah, it'd probably be crazy. I just wonder if you could drive. One thing I want to find out and do research on is like if I drive long distances.
You can know. Here's the thing. On the map, on the navigation in the Tesla.
Oh, okay, it tells you?
It tells you where all the superchargers are. So let's say you want to take a trip to Camden Yards or to Fenway Park.
Mm-hmm.
It'll tell you, let's say you got like 30 miles left or 40 miles left. Like, hey, you got to charge. Here's a charging station. It'll tell you.
All right. Well, I'll check that out. I'll definitely do that.
All right.
I'll definitely do that.
Well, listen,
for sure.
Don't go anywhere. I'm going to end this right now. I just need a favor, and it's easy. Just record. All right. Well, listen. You want to watch if you're out of state or in New York, and you're saying to yourself, "I need some excitement." Go on Joe Z's Twitch.
Yes. You go on.
Go on his Twitch, and let me tell you something. You can watch the game from your home, and Joe will break it down. His reactions, sad, angry, joy, going crazy with the Giancarlo Stanton Grand Slam. That was a classic.
Yes.
So, all right.
Everybody's welcome. Even not only Yankee fans, but other fans as well.
Baseball fans all over the nation, all over the world.
Hey,
Joe makes you feel welcomed. All right. All right, so let me end this right now. Joe Z. McFly in the house, baby. Hold on.